Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The most difficult thing for us, every one of us, is to conquer the temptations in the mind. Temptations are mainly for the tongue, for eating and for talking. This is two in one. We all know that after breakfast there is a lunch. We all know after lunch there is a dinner. And yet, when good food comes in front of us, we forget this is not a last supper. And then afterwards, after every meal, today I have taken little more. Very Baba, every time. These are the two places. If we exercise restraint, control, many things are sorted out in life. If the tongue, the eating, the tasting organ is controlled, your central province will remain normal. A person whose stomach is upset, you cannot set up anything with him. So, the temptations which were given to the student Nachiket were so much that anybody would have fallen prey to that. But see his analysis. Shvobhava maratyasya yadantakaitat sarvendriyanam jarayanti tejaha api sarvam jivitam alpameva tavaiva vahas tava nritya gite. Shvobhava means Shva means tomorrow. What is today, tomorrow it is not the same. Meaning everything is constantly changing. And hey Antaka, O Lord Death, whatever you may think, it is beautiful, it is nice, it doesn't remain the same. Not only the things, but even our likings and dislikings, they also change. Our priorities change. Everything is constantly changing. And with that changing phenomena, we keep on jumping from one object to another object, one place to another place. Therefore, you are giving me so much of wealth and cattle and all that, don't worry about me. It doesn't attract me. Okay. You are giving me lot of things to enjoy, indulge. He says, Sarvendriyanam jarayanti tejaha. See, I'll tell you an example. There was one boy somewhere and we were taking food. And there were 2-3 types of ice creams. But he wanted a particular type of ice cream. That was not there, he will not eat. And he became very miserable. So, I told him, I said, hey, do you want to be happy? Yes, but they don't give me my ice cream. I said, yes, we'll work it out. Then I told him, what is the chocolate you like the most? That I have. I said, show me. He showed me. You like it the most? Yes. How many can you eat? One after another? 5, 10, 20, 100? No, not so many. Then find out what happens. With every additional chocolate eating, the joy that you get from eating the chocolate is slowly reduced. And exactly this is what is happening to you. Then I said, are you ready to do experiment? Yes. I said, this chocolate which you like the most, give it to me. You are not going to eat this chocolate for 15 days. You have it, but you are not going to eat. Then after 15 days, you eat the chocolate. and then tell me, what is your experience? He did it. He said, wow, it is such a great experience. See, friends, whenever you indulge continuously, the ability of your faculties slowly dies away and you are unable to enjoy the same object. The same thing happens with this cigarette smoking or any addiction. And therefore he says, Sarvendriyanam jarayanti tejaha. And then, api sarvam jivitam, and you are telling me you will give me hundreds of years of life. What is your life, sir? You are also a temporary appointment. After you go away, do you think anybody will keep me here? Therefore, don't tempt me with long life. Then, what to do with all the cars and girls and everything that I have given you? He said, keep it with yourself, maybe you require it. Imagine, Tavaiva Vahastava Nritya Gite. That kind of dispassion. Remember in the story of this Shikhit Dhwaja, that elephant story? He had two tusks, and with his two tusks, he has broken the chains and liberated himself. The two tusks were discrimination and dispassion. But he did not destroy the ignorance. And therefore, again he fell back. Similarly, friends, we have to be extremely aware and careful. Are we getting somewhere entangled or not? And this can be learned by a simple technique. We have to only remember, wherever we are, whatever we are, whenever we are, then for what we are, for what we have come to any place. See, this is all spiritual practice. I am not telling you, you do the Shirshasana and thereafter do Halasan and Valasan. No. Very simple thing. Thereafter, he continues his discrimination. न वित्तेन तर्पणीयो मनुष्यो लप्सामहे वित्तमद्राक्ष्म चेत्वा जीविष्यामो या विदश्यसि त्वं वरस्तु मे वर्णीयस्स एव न वित्तेन तर्पणीयो मनुष्यो. See, friend, whatever amount of money you get, you can never say enough. See, friends, all the corruptions which are happening throughout the world, for what? See, there is no end to it. I have one girl, she helps me in Mumbai for all my books and everything, typing all that, take dictation, very nice. A very simple girl. You can't even call her from the middle class family or lower middle class family. So she was not well. She says, Swamiji, I will be not able to come every day. I will come only 2-3 times a day. I said, all right, 2-3 times a week. I said, all right. Then she refused to take her full salary. She said, I have not worked. How can I take the salary? Cut my salary in that proportion and give me that. See, friends, unless we are convinced of this, we are not here for acquisition of things and creating relations in this world. This one instruction of Bhagavan Krishna to Uddhavji is so deep, it has really meant a big thing for me in my life. Never praise anybody, never condemn anybody. When we praise or condemn somebody, we give a status of reality to that. See, we are here for a purpose. And that purpose is defeated when we get carried away by the temptations. So, na vittena tarpaniyo manusho lapsamahe vittamadrakma chedva. And oh Lord Death, when I have seen you, you are not going to send me back empty-handed. I know you will give me something. How smart he is, imagine. Then, Jivishyamo yavad ishyasi tvam. And I shall definitely continue to live as long as you are heading the department of death. Till then I will not die because you will not take me again. See? And therefore, varastame varaniyassa eva. So I only want to know what happens after death. Is the story over or if it continues? Then the question is, the death, the body disappears. Then whose story? Who is there? What is there? That alone I want to know. I don't want to know anything else. See, his argument or understanding continues. Ajiryatam amritanam upetyam jiryan martyah kvadhasta prajanan abhidhyayan varna rati pramodan ati dirghe jivite korameta. Ajiryatam amritanam upetya. Having come to you, the great master, the one who has conquered the death, who is immortal, to such a great you, I the Kwadhastaha, I the mortal from the earth, having come to you, will I be satisfied only by tidbits here and there? Take one or two girls, take one or two cars. No. Atidirghe jivite ko rameta. Who wants to live long life? See, friends, if you want to curse somebody, don't do that. If you want to curse somebody, curse. May you live long. This I read on the backside of a truck in India. Indian trucks are wise. See, it was written behind. May you live long and may your grandchildren torture you. What will you do by living long life? But you see these yoga people, I know there must be some yoga addicts here also. They only talk about this thing. You will remain healthy and you will have long life. These two are curses. See? When you are healthy and old, you become a problem for others. The youngsters are nicely enjoying their sleep up to 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. This old, healthy man, he gets up because whole night no sleep. For them, getting up is not a problem. And then they will go and disturb. Hey, get up. It is 9 o'clock. These days, the children are so useless. It's not that they are waking them up. They are jealous. Zora. What will you do living long life and healthy life? On the contrary, if you have got some problem, knees are paining, back is paining, so all the time you are busy. Amma, let us go for a movie. No, beta, I can't come. Cut. Therefore, don't get carried away by these things. You will get more and more attached to the body. You have to get out of the body attachment. So, Ati dirghe jivite korameta, who want to live long and for what? Then, yasmin nidam vichikatsanti mrityo, yat samparaye mahati bruhinastat, yoyam varo gudha manupravishtaha, nanyat tasmad nachiketo vrunite. Therefore, yasmin idam vichikitsanti mrityo, O Lord Death, these doubts about what remains after death. Is there something remaining or not? Or everything is over? In a school, the teacher was trying to teach and said, today I am going to tell you something. And he said, there was a yellow snake. And he came from one side and there was a frog on the way. So he started eating that frog. When he went halfway, he was tired. Then a red snake came from the opposite. And he started eating this frog. And along with the snake, he ate everything. Only one snake remained. And there was one student not interested in all the rubbish. So the teacher said, "Have you understood?" "Yes." "Tell me what." And he said, "No, I have also seen the same type, but different way." "What is that?" He said, "There was a yellow snake, came, he also started eating the frog. He also got tired and stopped halfway. Then the red snake came, he came halfway eating the same frog. He got tired, he stopped. Then his rest was over. Then he started eating. Then he tired. Then he started eating. And in this manner, nothing left." See the serious. See, friends. Therefore, when somebody dies, what happens? Something remains or nothing remains? Where from it begins? Where does it end? What is life? How it begins? Who is suffering? Is the body suffering or the mind suffering? Who is suffering? These inquiries will change the very process of thinking. We only theoretically read, but when it becomes your experience, that became my experience. Something was wrong with my toe, big toe. Something was growing, a little bit of growth, like a strawberry, little bit reddish. So one of my friend who came did namaskar, he said, "Swami, what is that happening to your toe?" I said, "It is a wisdom toe growing." He said, "You talk jokes, but this is serious. You should not do that." I said, "I am not growing it. It is automatically growing. You should do operation." I said, "Okay, I'll finish it." "No, no, I am a doctor. I can do it." I said, "Come on then." I went to his surgery. Sat on the chair, put the leg on the stool. He gave local anesthesia. After 15 minutes, he said, "How do you feel?" I said, "I am feeling sentimental. You are taking care of me so much." "No, no, not that." "There." "Are you feeling there?" I said, "No, nothing is doing." And then he said, "Now you can observe." He took the scalpel, started cutting next to that growth, put the scalpel deep and took it out, the whole thing along with the root. He said, "You are lucky, Swami, it has come out completely, nothing is remaining inside." I saw that. The toe being cut, blood coming out, he has extracted the thing, then he stitched that, no pain anywhere. And I had an illusion. I am realized. No pain, although I am seeing the toe being cut. And I was so happy. After an hour, when the toe was out of meditation, then the pain started appearing. Oh God. So when my friend told me, "Dr. Swami, if you get a pain, you take this tablet." I said, "No, I am not having pain and I can sustain pain." I took 2 tablets. Painful. That day I discovered pain happens, experiences happen only to the mind. Nothing happens to the body. If you come to realize this truth, what will be your spiritual practice? Taking care of the body, or taking care of mind? We never mind our mind. All the time worried about the body. And what is the worry? 50% of our life we spend earning and making the body round. Then the remaining 50% of the life is spent in reducing the body and making it like a bamboo. There is much more in life. The only reason is we have not understood, we have not recognized the importance and value of working on the mind. Friends, we all work by the body and we work on the body, is it not? What is going in the morning for jogging? Run to reach nowhere. You run and come back home. Why did you go, yaar? No, no, no. It was for health. I went for running and I came home. Nothing wrong. As much we take care of the health of the body, and in this, body is working first for earning the bread. So that time we are working by the body. Then we go for jogging, we do yoga, we do exercise. That is working on the body. So when we are doing yoga exercise, that is not done to earn bread. If this example is clear, exactly the same way, we have to work by the mind and we have to work on the mind. So how do we work by the mind? We work by the mind by default settings. I should not say, but you look dumb. Arre, when you know I should not say, why don't you keep your mouth shut? I never meant it, but I am very open. I am very frank. You are dumb, not open. These default settings is working by the mind. See, everything we have to get involved. You must have seen there are people expert in that. Two persons are talking, they drop in from somewhere. Huh? Oh, what about what? Who? Shut up. You are not involved in that. This is working by the mind. Now start working on the mind. Working on the mind is two ways. Before you talk to anybody on any topic, ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? I guarantee you, in 99% of the cases, you will get a reply from within. No need to talk. But we are default set. We have to give comment. We have to evaluate somebody. We have to give suggestion. Even to God. This is default setting has to be changed. Then we are working on the mind. Second thing, we keep on talking to ourselves all the time. We are not one inside. It is a poultry farm. Going on and on and on and on. You see many places, in public places, railway stations, bus stations, airports, gardens, anywhere. Somebody is alone. Do you think he is sitting in meditation? What is this going on? Talking to himself. And such people call themselves to be sentimental. Who is sentimental? He who talks to himself, but others cannot listen it or hear it, is sentimental. This is a pre-mental state. They keep on talking to themselves, but slowly others also start hearing. They are called as mental. So if you really want to work on your mind, like you are working on your body, give this a simple, sincere chance. Stop talking to yourself. I have given a name to this yoga. This is my special yoga, newly invented. So, where to sit and when to do this yoga. So, whole night you are sleeping, is it not? So, you are not talking to yourself. You get up and first thing you do, go to toilet. So, your yoga should start on the commode seat. And till the job is done, you are not going to talk to yourself. I call it as a commode yoga. There you cannot complain. No, people came and disturbed me. No. Give it a try, my friends. I am giving you practical. I am not telling you should have the yoga bricks. No, no bricks. Without any asana, without anything, start. Just don't talk to yourself. See? When you thus practice slowly and slowly, our old habit of constantly chattering, "Ko, ko, 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 ko," will stop. One day you will come to discover mind expresses not as thoughts. Yogis tell, Chitta vritti nirodha yoga. Thoughts cannot erupt without the clothing of words. As we come out of our house after putting clothes, we don't come out naked. Exactly the same way, no thought can come out without putting on the clothes of words. Give it a try. Think next 20 seconds without using a single word. Can you? You cannot. But instead of recognizing this, this is not in books. You have to discover yourself. Absolute reality, when becomes grossified, it is called as life. When life becomes grossified, it is called as mind. When mind becomes grossified, it is called as words unmanifest. When the unmanifest words become grossified, it is called as speech. When the speech comes, then we have to vomit. I should not say, but and we speak. Go back. This is the only way. There is no other option. Therefore, yasmin idam vichikat santi mrityu yat samparaye mahati bruhi nastar yoyam varo gudha manu pravishtaha. So, this particular inquiry, it is subtler than the subtlest, I know. But other than this, I don't want anything. Now, with this, the first Valli of the first chapter ends. Valli means a branch, you can call it. There are 3 chapters in this. So, before we go to the second Valli, one very important principle we have to learn. In a school, the teacher was teaching something, and like good students like me, never interested in learning. So, she was talking to the students, and one student not interested. So, she said, "You are not attentive." "No, ma'am, I am attentive." "Okay, tell me." "We are studying chemistry." "Yes." "What is the formula for water?" And the student said, "See, you don't know." "No, I am telling you, mom. Wait for a minute. I am telling you. I know. HIJKLMNO. Who taught you that?" "You only taught me." "How?" "H2O. So, how the water is indicated by a formula H2O, who is an ideally perfect seeker of truth. How many things, pages you will keep on writing? So, the formula for indicating who is an ideal, sincere, committed seeker of truth. Formula is Nachiket. And Nachiketa is a fire. And what is a fire? Fire never goes down. You lit anything and see the fire, try to put it down, it will never go down. A seeker is the one who never gives up. A seeker is the one who has got a positive approach. Shraddha avivesha. A seeker is the one who is creative in his thinking. Seeker is the one who doesn't find faults of others but tries to help them to come out of the fault as he did for his father. And in that, when he got opportunity, he fulfilled his obligations for the parents. He fulfilled his obligations for the society. And then our obligation for ourselves. In this very life, having born as a human being, the only evolution possible is spiritual evolution. We are evolved to the acme of evolution in nature. Hereafter, evolution has to be spiritual evolution. And for that, inquiry. After death, what happens? Now, this inquiry is of different quality. Many people ask this question. Swamiji, please don't make fun of me. I am having fear these days. Tell me, after death, what happens? So I tell him, look here, when you are alive, nothing has happened. So when you are alive, nothing has happened. After death, also nothing will happen. Just watch. We are very much in this world. What has happened? Nothing. When we go leave this world, nothing will happen. I guarantee you, nothing will happen. We have to simply say out of formality, he is the savior of the humanity. He was shaved off. You can save something if it exists. Can you improve your dreams? See? Can you improve your reflection in the mirror? The day you come to discover this truth, you live very much in this world. The example I can think of is this. Imagine you have entered your own dream, but you are no more a dreamer. What will be your experience? That is the experience of abidance in the truth. What is the experience of the water when the waves break? What is the experience of the water in the ocean? The water never gets drowned in the ocean. The water never gets broken into pieces. Exactly the same way. Supporting everything, but not getting influenced by anything. And see the best part? We don't have to do anything for this. This is our natural state. This example I give a number of times. Eyes supports all the colors and forms. Eyes are not influenced by any color and form. Ears support all the sounds, praise and condemnation. They are not influenced. Mind supports all the thoughts, good and bad. Mind is not influenced. The conscious reality that we are supports waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. Because of the waking and the dream, nothing is added to me. Because of the deep sleep and the samadhi, I have not lost anything. Whether you want or you don't want, whether you know or you don't know, you are divine. But then the Shikit Dhwaja is born in our heart. But you know, those Mahatmas, they did so much of tapasya. They went into the forest and they start eating only the roots and then the leaves. And then they were, therefore, I had to do tapasya. Suffer silently. It is our human nature. We don't like the things simple. We want complicated. If I tell you sadhana, get up early in the morning, stand in the cold Ganges river up to your neck, raise your hand up with Rudrakshamala and do Gayatri Japa 200 and 40, 100,000 times. I have no doubt you will do it. But if I tell you this, you will never do it. Don't talk about your past. फिर क्या बोलूं? Then what do I talk? Find out, is it necessary to talk? With this practice, you slowly start remaining in the present. Longer the period you spend in the present, you are closer to your own divine nature. And in due time, you are sucked in Him. And thereafter, He expresses through us. We are deleted and He is replacing us. This is what Nachiketa is. And therefore, this essential ignorance that we are carrying as a burden, we have to destroy that. So, what is the spiritual practice? Who is a seeker of the truth? This is the one word, Nachiketa. So, what should be the ideal in front of us? Nachiketa. Nothing else. And when we have some ideal in front of us, then we work to achieve that ideal, is it not? Don't keep God as an ideal. This I learned from children. Therefore, I told you, all my gurus are you and your children. In one place, when I was talking about Bhagavan Krishna's Leela, do you know, kids? Bhagavan Krishna lifted that mountain on his small little finger. One child started laughing. I said, why are you laughing? Swamiji, when we lift the small little finger, we go to bathroom. And second thing, if he has lifted that mountain, so what? He's God. He's right. You can't condemn that child. He's right. Gods cannot inspire us. Who can inspire us is somebody like you and me. He was living in the same world as we are living, and yet he is, although very much in this world, and yet he is out of this world. Bhagavad Gita gives an example, Padma Patra Vivambasa, like the lotus leaf in the waters. Lotus leaf is born in the waters, grows in the waters, stays in the waters, but the waters cannot touch the surface of the lotus leaf. See, friends, this is what Nachiketa is. Now, Pariksha Shishya Vidya Yogyatam Cha Avagamya Aha. Now, having seen that now the student is worthy of initiation, when we go to the Mahatmas, we try to evaluate them. Let us see kitne pani mein hai. We want to find out how they are, how much they know. So, the teachers also do the same thing. See? The student is using the raw methods, asking, hey, you go to, is he realized? I think, maybe at least 30% is realized. See, one ignorant asking other ignorant. But when the teachers are evaluating the students, they don't evaluate to condemn him. But they have the ability to see the envelope and read the contents without opening the envelope. So, having examined the student, that here is a boy who is committed. I don't want to know anything except this. All temptations could not attract him. He had the courage to reject all temptations of life. Yes, he is a qualified student. Now to that student, it is said, Anya Shreyo Anya Dutaiva Preyaha Te Ube Nanarthe Purushagam Sinitaha Toyo Shreya Adadanasya Sadhur Bhavati Iyate Artha Jaupeyo Vudite. Every event in our life comes to us with two options. Every event. Whether we like it or not, and second option is whether it is right or wrong. Everything. Now let us find out who is deciding in our life about everything. Who is guiding our life? Our likes and dislikes, or what is right and wrong? Now see what happens. What we like or don't like need not be good or not good for us. And what is good or not good for us, we need not like it. Example. Early to bed and early to rise. Swamiji gives some other example. We feel so disgusted, whenever you talk about this. One lady told me somewhere, Swamiji, never give this example. I feel guilty when I come and listen to you. Because I have been listening to you for so many years, and yet never I can wake up before 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. See, friends. So, I like to sleep long, but is it right? I know it is wrong, but see, friends. Therefore, a seeker is the one who is able to discriminate. What I like, I should follow, or what is right, I should follow. See, now here the teacher says, Tayo Shreya Adadanasya Sadhur Bhavati. The one who is seeking only that what is right. Then what will happen? We will not justify our wrong lifestyle. One simple technique I tell you, yoga according to my Bhagwan Krishna. What is yoga? Yoga is refuse to be miserable. Don't justify you are miserable. No. According to him, when the miseries come in our life, you refuse to be miserable. That ability to refuse to be miserable under the miserable condition is called as yoga. And how to practice that? Sa nishchena yoktavya. Make a firm resolution that from this point onwards, I refuse to be miserable, may what happen. But normally those who are miserable, they always justify. In Delhi, one lady after my talk in Birla Mandir, she came, a Punjabi lady. Swamiji, what is this? You are all the time making fun of us, all married people. Be happy, be happy. Get married and show, be happy. What she was doing? She was justifying that marriage is an institution which gives you a license to be miserable. Tathastu. You decide. Therefore here, Tayo Shreya Adadanasya Sadhur Bhavati. He who is following the path of righteousness, what is right should be done. He alone makes the best of his life. And Hiyate Artha Jo Preyo Vrinite. But those who are weaklings, those who are victims of their own weaknesses, they destroy their own life. I'll tell you one simple rule, a very nice mantra. The mantra is, we must have the ability to say no, and we must have the courage to accept no from the world. If we cannot deny, the world will crush us down. I'm telling you from my own experience. Initially, when I was new in my profession, so we had to go to so many houses And all the ammas, they think that I have not taken food for last 300 years. And therefore, they give me so much of food as if I am a buffalo and going to eat in my four stomachs. So I used to feel, how can I waste the food? And the Amma is giving me such a great love, so I must eat. And I was suffering miserably. I said, no, what can I do? So I started telling, no, Amma, please don't go. I can't eat. No, no, Swamiji, Amma, eat. Okay, Baba, eat. Don't cry. Then I think, what to do with these Ammas now? Their love is becoming poisonous. They say love is sweet. I don't know. Or it's poisonous. And then I had discovered my own technique. My technique is when they bring to Swamiji, no, I don't like it. When I say I don't like it, then I look at their face. So such a great joy. Oh. If you tell them that you don't want, they never listen. So ability to deny no means no. And second, the ability to get denied gracefully. Therefore, we have to train ourselves in both this. Say no and to listen to no in life. There was one girl, a Kannadiga girl. She was a architect and maybe about 27, 28. And she was in love with another architect and he was a Punjabi from Delhi. They were in love and finally he came to Bombay and their, their engagement was done. Marriage is a three-ring circus. First is the engagement ring, then is the wedding ring, and there is a suffering. So the first ring was done. And then he went back. After going back, he sent a letter and wedding invitation to that girl with whom he was engaged. Thank you very much for introducing me to your friend. And she has come with me in Delhi and we have decided to get married. So thank you very much. Please do come for our wedding. And treat our engagement as cancelled. When this happened, she went into tremendous depression suddenly and became insane kind of thing. So her parents came, Swamiji, this is what happened, what should I do? I said, you disappear, let her come alone. I was talking to her. I asked, hey, what's your name? Like a baby, she started talking. My name is Kalpana. 28 years girl. Then I asked her, what you have studied? I studied English, I studied Punjabi. She didn't know one word of Punjabi. I studied maths. She has forgotten. She is an architect, a college teacher. Everything gone. So afterwards, her parents, Swamiji, I don't know what to do. I said, okay, she has got a tremendous shock because she being the only daughter of yours, she has never heard a word, no. And therefore, she is susceptible to this new virus, no. But we parents, imagine, giving everything to the children is love. You make bonsai out of your children. Teach them to get denied gracefully. No, but he likes it. Then give one, he will like this also. Therefore, we have to have the courage to deny. No means no. And get denied gracefully. Then only we can walk the spiritual path or else we will be totally destroyed. Continuing further. श्रेयश्च प्रेयश्च मनुष्यमेतौ संपरित्य विविनक्ति धीरः Shreyo hi dhiro vi preyaso vrinite. Preyo mando yoga kshemad vrinite. You see, yesterday's water today. So, Sheyascha Prayascha Manushya Medav Samparitya. They come together in our life. The same thing I told in different words. Every interaction, every experience in our life comes with these two options. Whether you are functioning under the influence of personal likes and dislikes or what is right and wrong, that you decide. Then, Shreyo hi dhiro bhi preyaso vrinite. The wise people follow the path. What is right should be practiced, not what we like. To get out of this, I'll tell you a simple thinking. I like something or I don't like something. For example, I don't like eggplant. Now tell me what is the logic? And if I had to go, unfortunately, to a Punjabi house, then for Punjabis, the delicacy is penkan da parta. They call it, the smash eggplant. The very look is so pathetic. But that is their delicacy. And when you go to their house, they give it. And now you are a Swami, you can't do like that, because, samoham sarva vyanjaneshu. I have to eat everything. So when something dirty falls, we take a tissue paper, lift it, throw it away. Exactly the same thing I do. Put chapati on that, don't look at it, and gulp it with a glass of water. And then that Amma thinks, Swamiji likes it. You can imagine. Now tell me, what is the logic that I don't like this? Look within yourself. Likes and dislikes have no logic, no reason. And our whole life is guided by the influence of this. I like this, I don't like this. And we consider ourselves to be intelligent, wise. What is right should be practiced. What is not right should be avoided. But preyo mando bhi yoga kshemad drunite. But manda, the dull-witted one, they always become the victim of whatever they like and dislike, because they're all the time concerned only about yoga kshema. If I don't have this thing, what people will say. If I have this thing, I'll be important. How to protect myself. Yoga kshema, these are the only two things for which the ignorant people live in their life. Therefore, सत्वं प्रियान् प्रिय रूपांश्च कामान् अविद्यायन् नचिकेतोत्य साक्षी नैता शृंका वित्तमयीमवाप्तः यस्यां मज्जन्ति बहवो मनुष्याः. Now Nachiket is praised by the teacher. Sattvam priyan priya rupascha kaman abhidhyayan. Hey Nachiket, I have given you all the temptations of the world, and yet you have rejected them gracefully without getting lost in the temptations. And these wealth and comforts and the enjoyments did not even touch you. Yasyam majjanti bahavo manushya. Most of the people get lost in their life only when they start running after the wealth and the indulgence in this world. दूरमेते विपरीते विशूचि अविद्याया विद्ये चिन्याता विद्या भीप्सिनम नचिकेत सम्मन्ने नत्वा कामा बहवो लोलुपंत. These two are different paths, opposite paths. Whether you want to go by the path which is likes and dislikes, or you want to go by the path which is right and wrong, you decide. They are absolutely opposite. It's so simple. We like procrastination, but it is not right. No, एक आध बार हो चलता. No, we have to be very clear about it. Then only we are walking spiritual path. One simple technique I'll tell you. Try. Like in the banks, when the person closes his desk, before that, he has to complete his accounting for that day. He can't keep it pending tomorrow. Exactly the same way, when we go to sleep, that day's all our jobs, whatever we are supposed to do, that must be complete before you go to sleep. See, friends, but what we do, आज करे सो कल करे सो परसों भी क्या जीना, जीना है अब बरसों. Never procrastinate anything. Therefore, these are totally opposite, Vidya and Avidya. Nachiket, I know you are the seeker of truth, and therefore you will get this knowledge. He has not been given so far. Huh? See, the teacher is also Pakka, he is not ordinary teacher. Then he says, अविद्यायामन्तरे वर्तमाना स्वयं धीराः पंडितं मन्यमाना दंद्रम्यमाना परियन्ति मूढ़ा अंधे नैव नीयमाना यथांधा. Many people, they get lost in this world. How? Avidyayamantare vartamana. Their life is guided by only personal likes and dislikes. And swayam dhiraha panditam manyamana. And they think they are the wisest. Those who think that they are wise, they are in fact otherwise. Panditam manyamana. Because we can read some Sanskrit shlokas here and there and talk on Gita that has nothing to do with the truth. Friend, this is one of the biggest obstacles to get appreciation from your talks and everything. These are the catch by the gods. I'll tell you one example about this. I think I told this recently. One elderly person from India, he happened to go to USA. And he must have read something Gita, Upanishad here and there. And Andhome Kana Raja, he started talking to those NRIs in USA. And then he became a great, great Mahatma. So when I was invited there for lunch, so Swamiji, please talk on Gita. I said, come on, you called me for lunch. No, please don't say no. I said, all right. Because food I had to take. Then he said, he was introduced, he so and so and all that. Please talk on Bhagavad Gita chapter 2. Like in a school examination. So we finish in 1 hour, Bhagavad Gita chapter 2. Some questions, I said, okay, I'll ask question. No, I want to ask a question. Okay, ask question. How many verses are attributed to Dhritarashtra, Sanjay, Arjun, and Bhagwan Sri Krishna? I said, I don't know. You don't know, but you are teaching Gita to everybody. I said, okay, I'll tell you. Then I told him. Only one verse is attributed to Dhritarashtra. Yes. And not a single verse is attributed to Bhagwan Sri Krishna. When I said like this, he nearly jumped out of his skin. What? I said, yes. Show me your Gita. He immediately showed. I said, read. Shri Bhagwan Krishna Uvacha or Shri Bhagwan Uvacha. Bhagwan could be anybody. Bhagwan Ram, Bhagwan Krishna, Bhagwan Sai Baba, Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi. And there was a cinema actor in Hindi film, Bhagwan. Who is Bhagwan? See, friends. Then I told him, do you know who spoke Bhagavad Gita? He who said, Ajopi sannam vayatma bhutanam ishwaropi san, he spoke. Not Devaki Nandana. He did not speak Bhagavad Gita. Not Gopi Jana Vallabha. He did not speak Bhagavad Gita. These things happen because we get lost into erudition and wisdom. If you are a seeker of truth, you will not get lost in all these. Therefore, avidyayam antare vartamana. They are living in utter ignorance, but swayam dhiraha panditam manyamana. But they start thinking they are wiser than the wisest. And as a result, dandramyamana pariyanti mudha. Those fools are constantly going by the wrong ways and they want to guide others. Like what? Andhe naiva niyamana yathanda. One blind guiding the other blind. See these things in this world you can observe. When a blind man touches another person, he always thinks the other person can see. But it so happened, one blind man happened to touch another person. He was also blind. So the first blind man said, "Hey, brother, I can't see. Will you please help me crossing the road?" Now the second blind man, why should he tell that he is blind? He said, "Okay, hold on to me." And both of them will see, friends. Therefore, andhe naiva niyamana yathana na samparaya pratibhati balam pramadyantam vittamohena mudham ayam loko nasti paraiti manim puna puna vashamapadyate me. So, na samparaya pratibhati balam. These fools of the highest order, they think this is the only world. There is nothing beyond this. Whatever is this, only this world. See, friend, therefore in the beginning I told you, life has to be recognized beyond the womb and the tomb. Otherwise, if you remove this portion, that there is life and you have to continue paying for all the good and bad that you have done in this life. If this portion is deleted, you tell me, how can you justify morality? Animals don't have that. Therefore, animals don't have morality. Human beings are manushya. It is called as manasa sivyati iti manushya. The one who creates relationship through the mind. And therefore, relation, mother, brother, sister, husband, wife, in-laws, outlaws, relations. Accordingly, we behave. But among animals, there are no relations. The same calf, which is all the time taking milk from the cow, after a particular age is over, he becomes a bull. For him, there is nothing like a mother cow. He lives only at the physical level. He is unable to go beyond. And that is the reason, this principle, that there is life after death, alone can guide and help us to lead a humane life and not the animal life. What is the animal life? Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunancha, four things. Eating, sleeping, then sense of insecurity, and maithunancha, procreation. If these are the only four things that we have attained in our life, why we should be called as human beings? Then what is that which makes us human beings? Dharmo hi tesham adhiko visheshaha dharmena hina pashubhis samanaha. It is the dharma. And what is the dharma? We are not limited by the womb and the tomb. Life is beyond that. And then only we can start inquiry and thinking. Then who am I? So the first step is you are living in the body, but you are not the body. The one who is living in the body is embodied. This embodied is labeled as a soul or a jiva. And thereafter the third step comes. Who is this jiva? When was he born? When does he die? After death, where does he go? These are all the questions which need to be answered by a wise, intelligent man. But those who are leading only the animalistic life, for them this becomes a burden. Therefore, Na samparaya pratibhati balam pramadyantam vitta mohena mudham. And they are so much overpowered by the wealth that they have. Ayam loko nasti paraiti mani. And for them, this only world is nothing. They are beyond this world. Such people, punar punar vashamabhadyate me, they are again and again born in this world and suffer and suffer. Once I was in Delhi, and between the two roads there is a divider, and there some plants were planted. And when one of my amma was driving me, so she looked at the plants and she said, Swamiji, what these plants must have done? They are suffering so much. All the emissions of the cars go directly on their face. I said, no, don't worry. They were all the politicians who never wanted to leave Delhi. And therefore, after they died, they became plants and they were planted over here. So all that they have done in their last life, they are now suffering pain for that. See, we have to accept life beyond womb and the tomb. And therefore, the question begins, then who am I? One young boy in a college asked me this question. After my talk was over, Swamiji, I have got a question. I said, okay, ask. Who am I? I started looking here and there. So I asked him, should I tell you the truth or bluff? He said, for a change, tell the truth. Then I told him, you are a fool of the highest order. Do you think Ramana Maharshi was a fool? I said, no. But that is what he has asked the question. I said, he didn't ask me. I am not replying to him, I am replying to you. Then I told him, my dear friend, this question is redundant unless you theoretically accept that you are not the body. Then this question will come. Now, do we have the doubt? I am a man, I am woman, I am young, I am old, I am beautiful, I am awful. No doubt. As long as we consider ourselves to be the body, who am I? Question cannot come in our mind. This question will start really bothering us when we theoretically at least accept this. Then I have to be the embodied and cannot be the body. Therefore, there are only two stages on the spiritual path, not the third one. First stage is freedom from body identification. And second one is freedom from the notion that we are a soul encaged in this body. If these two things are clearly maintained in your mind, keeping this in your mind, then whatever you do, if it is leading to these two things, you are on the right track. And whatever you are doing, if these two things are not achieved, you are on the wrong track. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om